Here it is, how to make money but not feel broke. Like, I'm going to give you practical stuff that I don't care if you're on your first deal in cold calling and like trying to lock it up. What I want to give you is the confidence to know what to do with the money when it hits your bank account. Or if you're on deal 1,000, like I want you to be more profitable from that next deal. So like, I don't care where you sit on the spectrum. This is like the first steps to being better with the money as a business owner. If you're in the real estate world, a lot of us think we're playing the real estate game. Like, yeah, let's pick up the phone, let's do the deals. Obviously, you need to generate revenue, and you've chosen real estate to do that. But that's not the real game you're playing. What's the real game we're playing as entrepreneurs? What is that game? It's the game of money. At the end of the day, we're here to make money. You've just chosen real estate as the path to wealth. But a lot of us play the wrong game, and then we end up saying, what the heck did I build? Because we didn't know which game we were really playing. I want to help you play the game of money better because let's be honest, if you're a real estate investor on here, you're probably not going to just stick in real estate investing or at least one avenue of real estate investing. So I want you to have a core skill as a business owner that you can walk away with and take to anything else that you do in the future as well too. We are playing the money game. As entrepreneurs, you need to know not only that you're playing the right game, but you're going to play your own game. That's going to be point number one. I'm going to teach you in point number two how to set up the game of money to win. And then number three is all about if you need other players on the team that are helping you make sure and holding you accountable to get what you want from your business. The root problem. Here's what I believe the root problem is for most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs think that income solves all problems. It does, but only if you pair that statement with, I know how to make it and keep it. You have to marry both of those if you want to be a business owner. Stop looking at yourself as just a real estate investor and look at yourself as a business owner. A business owner knows how to get the deal in the door, but also knows what to do with the money. That does not mean you have to be a nerdy accountant looking person like me. What it means is you know it and have the skills of what to do with cash. That's what I want to help you with today. You don't have to become a QuickBooks expert or accounting, numbers person. You just have to know what to do with the cash once it hits your bank account. So let's get into the points. Number one, how to play the right game. Number one, find what you need to keep. First point of profit first, how I teach it. Find what you need to keep. What do I mean by that? Let me ask you a question to clarify point number one. Why did you start your business? Or why are you doing cold calling? Or why did you go to, an area where you might get shot today, and like you were seeing those deals out there? It's like, I want you to write down that answer. Well, I don't care if it's in the chat box or if you write it on a little piece of paper next to you. I want you to dig deep. Make it personal to you. Why did you start your business? Don't just say financial freedom. Don't give me a bland answer. I want you to really think, what do you want? What do you want from your business and why did you start it? Why did you start that thing? This is going to help us with this point. Let me keep going. Your keep number, let me explain this in practical terms. Something you could write down now. Your keep number to me is what you need and want from the business. Those two numbers. Need would be, what do I need to pay myself so I don't feel like I'm just living in my own rat race? What do I need to pay myself in order to maintain my personal lifestyle or to get where I need so I'm not sucking air? Number two, the want number is like, why did I start this thing? If I don't want to ever have anyone tell me what to do, if I want to take vacations or if I want to give to charity, whatever it is, what is that big number that you want on a monthly basis? Like, let's be practical here. Let's actually find out, do you need 5K a month to live and you'd love 20K a month to be able to give and to do the other things in your life? Whatever those numbers are, figure those out. So that's number one. Number two, here's the practical steps of profit first. So here it is. Here's how to create the wealth system, how to set it up. You have to have point number one, so you're playing your own game. But number two is actually creating the game and creating the system, because most people have this, the black hole bank account of business ownership. That's when you have one big bank account, all the money comes in, all the money goes out, and you're like, where did all the money go? It got sucked into the swirling vortex of doom, never to be seen again. I do not want you to live there. That is a lack of clarity. A lack of clarity creates a lack of confidence and leads to bad decision making. We need clarity to make the right decisions. And right now, if you don't know what's your money or what others people's money or whatever, especially the real estate game, it could get real hairy real quick. I want you to be very clear where your money's going. So how do you do that? Profit first, the core, the crux of it, the tactical, practical thing you can do from today. It's built on the envelope method. Whether you love Dave Ramsey or hate him or those other personal finance gurus out there, they all preach some type of envelope system where you're systematically putting money and naming it into different envelopes. Well, in business, you're going to set up business checking accounts and name every dollar. So I'm going to go through with you what to name it, and especially for the real estate industry, so you have a fighting chance of having as much clarity as possible. So you do that first deal, you do that next deal, you're in power and control of putting your money where you want it to go. So here we go, let's dive into it. Before I go into the actual bank accounts, do you know the 3 most important numbers an owner, a real estate investor, business owner needs to know? I like to say it like this: what you make, spend, and keep. Like, especially from I'm talking about a cash perspective. Let's be honest too, as a real estate investor, business owner, if you don't have the accounting skills, because a lot of us don't even speak accounting, right? The Cantonese, like the bookkeepers, CPAs do. We need to know from a cash perspective what's coming in, where am I spending the dollars, and what do I get to put in my pocket? That's also usually what we care about the most as business owners. So like, I don't care if you've got a huge business or small, these are the 3 most important numbers to know cash-wise in your business. What's coming in, what's going out, what do I get to keep? Here's the system. Well, this is why I love Profit First. Profit First literally points you back to these 3 numbers by setting up the system to point you towards these, to know what you make, spend, and keep. These first three bank accounts to set up business checking accounts are going to help you win the game of money. Here we go. What are they? Profit, owner's comp, and owner's tax. These are the first 3 to set up, and you see I put the word keep there. These help you keep more of what you're making. I could also switch out the names of profit and owner's comp. That could also be your need and want numbers. Profit would be what you want. That's like the icing on the cake. That's the why you started the business. I'll talk about how often you draw from profit, but owner's comp, you would draw on a weekly, monthly, bi-weekly. That's what you pay yourself. Owner's comp stands for owner's compensation. What are you paying yourself to work in the business? And if you're like, hey, I'm doing my first deal, like slice a little bit and make sure you get in the habit of paying yourself from every deal, even if it's just a little bit. Like, I want you to set some percentage and put it towards those first 2 accounts. The third account, here you go. If you've never been a business owner before and you're jumping into it, then one of the things that's going to bite you in the butt one day is, if you don't think about it, is the taxes that you're going to have to pay. I don't want you to come next year to tax time and you're like, oh shoot, I got to do like 4 deals right now. Like, what do I need to do? You know, that's where I want you to have a peace of mind account, call it owner's tax, and pay the taxes at tax time. Slice a little bit off from every deal, put it in that bucket, and then you've got the taxes when you need it. So there you go. That's the first 3 to set up. But the rest right here, the other foundational accounts: income, OPEX, and OPM. OPEX stands for operational expenses. That is your, that's the one everyone has, right? That's the black hole account usually, where it starts off, where everything comes in and out. I would separate income though. Separate income from OPEX so you know what's coming in, how much am I making, and then OPEX, you transfer money from income to OPEX to spend the money, just so you have one account where all the outflow of money goes from. That's what the difference is. Now you have accounts for make, spend, and keep. Number 6 is bonus, especially for this group, okay? This is an account I even wrote about specifically in Profit First for real estate investing, OPM. If you're going to take money from private lenders, hard money lenders, friends and family, and they wire you money directly, here's another big one. OPM is to make sure you put it there and that account runs your projects, versus the first 5 accounts run your business. The 6th account there, OPM, would be to run the projects and the rehabs. That's what I want for you as a business owner, to be very clear. This is the money there to run the business. This is the money to make sure I can finish whatever is going on. If you're a wholesaler, that might not apply as much if that's all you're doing. But if you're ever getting to fix and flip or the buy and hold territory, OPM can save your butt and save you from a Ponzi scheme, where it's like, oh shoot, I ran out of the money. Now I got to go to lender B to finish project A, and that's a horrible downward spiral. This will save you that hurt and heartache. And if you're like, good God, David, you just told me like 6 bank accounts to set up. What the heck are you doing? Can I get you to, at least from this call, if you're serious about your business, set up at least the make, spend, keep framework? Like, I already have a spend account, but can you make and keep it. So can you see what's coming in, what's going out? Can you make it as simple as possible? There's no wrong way to do profit first. You know what the wrong way is? Doing nothing. So, okay, setting it up is great. But now I want to give you the lessons on what to do with the money once you have it in your accounts. Every week I would move the money. If you get money from a deal, even if you're not doing deals on a weekly basis, what I'm talking about is if by Friday of that week you have money in your income or that make bucket, that bank account, move it from there to the other accounts. And you might say, well, how much do I do? What are the percentages? Here you go. Target allocation percentages. Here's the nirvana here of, well, how much should I put where? This is depending on the size of the business. And if you're going to sell the properties, the top portion, if you're going to buy and hold it is the bottom portion. These are goals. The goals for your size of the business from $0 to 250, if you see there in column A, all the way up to 50 million, which probably covers most people here. If you're doing 0 to 50 million, these are the different percentages for you to shoot for as a business owner for your cash, to be able to transfer that. Every time a deal closes, you move the money into those accounts by these percentages. And if you're already in business, start where you can, and this will be a good goalpost to shoot for. Then from here with your money, monthly, I would review it. Review your money. What do I mean by that? Look at what you've made, spent, and kept. You now have a system with those bank accounts to see what came in, what went out, what did I keep. You know why I tell people to do that? The biggest feedback we get from people we work with is once they know those numbers, it gives them intense confidence to make better decisions with their money. That's why I say that. Quarterly, take your money. What do I mean by that? Remember how I said your need and want number? Well, that profit account ties to why you started your business. So on a quarterly basis, I would take up to 50% from that profit account and do whatever the heck you want with it. Take a trip, buy a boat, go to Alaska, go do the things you've always wanted to do. Buy a couch. Like, I don't care what it is. I want it though to fuel the passion of why you started the business. So that's point number 2, set up the system and then run it. So that way you have the system working for you. Point number 3 is real simple. Add the right teammates. Most people don't understand what's out there and what's available to help them to get to this place because most entrepreneurs hate the financial side. And a lot of people put their bookkeeper in a CFO or CPA position, and a bookkeeper is just there to do the transaction. So that's what I want to teach you about here. Do you have someone on the team to lead the finances, to guide you to where you want to go? So many people hire a bookkeeper and just say, thanks, good luck, I'll see you next year. It's like, that's not what we need to be doing with our money and our finances. We need to make sure someone is in our life or that we have a profit first type system to guide us. Not everyone, if you're just starting out, you might not be able to get some of these people on your team right away, but this is what you're aiming for. So that way you have exactly what you need and the right team members. You need people that help you work on your business from a high level just versus in it. A bookkeeper does the transactions and makes sure that the day-to-day is covered. But you might need people on the team that help you work on the finances, like implementing profit first or doing things like that, or a CPA tax strategist where they come in and say, are you actually setting up the real estate game to win, which gives you some of the best tax breaks out there as a business owner, is owning real estate. So do you have someone that's more like a knight of the round table helping you make those decisions? So let's circle around to point number 1. Why did you start your business? I can guarantee it wasn't for it to become a cash eating monster, like for it to just eat up your cash and not know what to do with it. So if you start your business to go out there, to provide, to give, to be able to be your own boss, whatever it might be, I want to make sure you as an entrepreneur, you're able to go out there and really accomplish what you want with your business. You can literally from here do a couple things. 1, go set up a freaking bank account and just transfer like 1% into that keep account. Or you can go find your need and want number. If you don't have a good goal for yourself, you're aiming for nothing, or you're aiming for someone else's goal, which sucks even more. So those are some of the things you could do right from here. Remember, number 1, find what you need to keep, create that wealth system, and add the right teammates. If you hate the financial side and you need someone to hold your hand, there are options for you.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.